1973 Triumph GT6. This one, as you can see, is a bit different from your standard GT6. It did start life out as a standard yellow car, but it has had a full back-to-bare chassis redo in this colour, which is officially Austin Yellow, which is a BMW colour. You can see, really nice colour. Actually suits the car very well as well, to be fair. We've got MGTF wheels on there. We've had an interior retrim. Bit of a light resto mod, if you like. It does have a Sierra Type 9 gearbox and a whole host of other goodies on this one. If you check the description, we'll detail everything, because otherwise it's going to be a very long video. But I will just quickly dart around the full outside just before we start looking at the actual bodywork. Just want to show you that it's all one colour. It's been a proper colour change, door shuts, engine bay, the lot. In BMW Austin Yellow. It's a colour you'd find on an M4 or an M3 on a sort of 5-6 year old car now. It does come with this big pile of spares. So we've got a box full of loads of little bits, bag full of seals, 5 original wheels with the centre caps, which are in this box here. Standard prop shaft, obviously it's on a shortened one for that gearbox. Standard gearbox, an additional rocker cover, and have you ever seen a metal history box? Everything in here, completely full, all the history, everything that's been done. And again, like I say, if you check the description, we'll detail all that. But we'll start by having a look at the bodywork. If we look down this driver's side, whoever's done the colour change has done a nice job. It's not full of filler, it's not wavy. It's lovely and clean down this driver's wing. This seam, quite often on these when they've been painted, can be thick with paint, but as you can see, this one, lovely and clean all the way down. Arches are nice and sharp all the way around. Like I say, 4 matching MGTF wheels. Got body coloured brake calipers on there. Nice and tidy all the way down here. On the bottom of that panel and onto the sill, again, lovely and clean all the way along. Put the camera underneath, you can see, really good underneath. It's only been taken out in the dry. It's had light use since it was finished. It's been off to some car shows and things like that. Just used sparingly. Lovely and clean down that driver's door. Nice and tidy along the bottom of the screen there and up that A-pillar. New seals when it's been painted. And then up onto the roof section, we do have a Webasto roof, which if you're sort of over 6'4" is probably quite useful. Although to be fair, I'm 6'2" and a bit and I fit in there quite comfortably. Nice and clean down that gutter rail. What is left of the metal on the roof is all nice and straight. That Webasto is nice and tight. It's clean along that leading edge. Normally they get sort of stuff ingrained in there, but that is nice and tidy. All the glass on this side, that pop-out rear window, roll downs and the quarter lights are all nice and clean and tidy. There's no ingrained scratching or anything on that. Rest of the driver's door, lovely and straight, nice and clean. All good down this rear quarter. We've got one very small stone chip just there, if we're being really picky, where the arch flares out, exactly where you'd expect it to be. Nice and sharp all the way around that rear arch. Another good wheel and tyre. Clean below the bumper there. If we're being really picky, bumpers have got a little bit of pitting in them, but generally not that bad. You've got to get quite close to notice it. Tail lights are nice and clean and bright. No cracking or any moisture in those. Exhausts sit nice and straight. On the top here, that's all good. You've got your metal covers on the seams in black, which again look really good. And again, if you look at little areas like here, normally you've got a bit of paint build up in the corners and things like that. This one doesn't have any of it. It's been done really well. Proper colour change. Got a little mark that's been touched in just above the filler cap. Again, that's me being quite picky. Another good wheel and tyre. Nice and sharp all the way around that rear arch. Can have another look at the roof from this angle. Again, lovely and straight, no ripples or dents in it. All the glass on this side nice and clear. Sill on this side, all good. And then if we have a look, you can see nice and tidy towards the rear. Floor pans are good. Again, like I say, it's been back to a bare car and started again. All good on that passenger door. This side around the screen, again, nice and tidy. Again, up and under areas like this is where you don't see the attention to detail, but this one has been done well. And then nice and tidy on that front wing. Sharp all the way around that last arch. And your final good wheel and tyre. We'll pop that up for when we come back to open the bonnet. Coming around at the front, headlamps are all good. A little bit of Hitting in the front bumper, not quite as bad as the back, but it is a little bit there. Nice and tidy on the lower half below the bumper. And that bonnet, to me this is where that colour really makes sense. A little bit of dust there, we'll knock that away. Really makes sense where you've got that big bonnet bulge. You get to see the sort of the darkness in the metallic. Really nice colour. It definitely suits the car very well. Pop that side as well. And then you can see just how far they've gone with this car. Lovely and clean and tidy. Just prop that bonnet up so we don't get our head chopped off. We'll come back to starting the engine in a minute. All the paint job across the bulkhead. It's been a proper colour change, like I say. You can see chassis has been redone. It's been brand new as well. We'll have another look at the other side in a second. We'll move on to the interior. Door card on the driver's side, nice and tidy. It's got all new fittings on it. Door shut, again, lovely and clean. And it has a carbon effect bit of trim on there just to protect the sill. Nice and clean on the seat. Again, the seats have been redone, so exactly as you expect, like brand new. Nice and tidy on the steering wheel. Wood on the dash has the odd little mark here and there. You can see a little one there, but generally pretty good. Now it shows 8,265 miles. Check the description, wheel detail, what we know as far as sort of history, where it's been, what we believe the mileage to be. And then into the booth. Brand new carpet trim all the way around, really, really good. You can see the backs of those seats are nice and tidy. Don't think this has really had anything in it, to be fair. You can see in the boot shirt again, underside of the boot, all lovely and tidy. And then passenger side again, nice and clean on the door card. Same story on the seat. You can see the underside of that Webasto, nice and clean. Dark carpet set, lovely and tidy. It's got the modern style stereo that looks old, which again is quite nice to have. And like I say, slightly different gear stick because it is a 5-speed, which is sort of from a Ford Sierra, so Type 9, it's the obvious box to use. You might notice if you know these things quite well, the carpet's slightly different. The original carpet, or the correct shaped carpet, is in that pile of parts. Nice and tidy down this section here, all your plaques nice and visible. And again, a nice thing about a GT6 or a Spitfire is you can get right down and have a look at everything. A few upgrades, that namely, a few other bits and bobs. And it does have upgraded larger carbs. I believe it's got a electric fan. So we've got 175 CD2 Strombergs, pair of them. You'll see thing starts on the button. Makes a lovely noise, so we'll get it fired up. It's got a tiny little bit of choke on. Again, on the button. Nothing nasty coming out of the exhaust. Not going to rev it too hard because it is cold. They do make a really good noise, these GT6s. This one should be a lot more drivable than your standard car with that gearbox. But if you check the description, we'll detail everything we know as far as what's been done to it, all that sort of stuff. But there you have it. Slightly resto modded Triumph GT6. If you've got any more questions, please let us know. If you want to come and have a look at the car, it's here with us again. Let us know, we can book you in. If you can't get to see it, we can do video calls, we can send you photos, we can send you videos, whatever you need. Thank you.